Yes. I mean, of course it is. What a ridiculous title to give this video if I didn't actually think it was good. No. So last week I saw the Reze Chainsaw Man film. I'm only talking about it now because I had to go to Italy for a week for my book launch. That book will be shipping soon. And thank you to everyone who showed up and bought a book. But yeah, I saw the Chainsaw Man film, and you know, it's weird, right? Because I can remember reading the first 10 chapters of Chainsaw Man and thinking, this is so fucking weird. I kind of love it, but I don't know that this has the legs to survive. And now being able to view it, like, it's film getting a worldwide release, viewing it in Irish cinemas, it's fucking cool, and it makes me feel like anime is in a good place in some ways. But as for, like, the actual film itself, this is the Reze arc, and I think the Chainsaw Man Reze arc is the arc that I think a lot of people, like, really, really fell in love with Chainsaw Man. I think in a lot of ways, it's when the story really hits its stride and you really start to get some, like, big emotional body blows in there. And that you see that, like, as soon as the film starts with Makima, where she takes Denji to the cinema, and Denji has this epiphany that he loves art, that he feels something from experiencing a piece of art. And that was the moment that I was like, oh my fucking god, I think Chainsaw Man might legit be one of the best shonen ever. I only grew more to love it there. And I think a big part of that is because of, like, the center of this film, Reze, right? You have Makima, you have this love interest who is, for some, like, very compelling, you know, and I think finding a love interest to kind of offset Denji, to pull him off his goal of Makima, that's like a tall order. And I think in the manga they absolutely nail it with Reze. There's so much about her that's, like, cute and weird and charming, and, like, just her little kind of, like, poking and prodding at Denji and, like, you know, bringing him to the cafe, and, like, it all just works so well. And I think what you always want to see in an adaptation is not adaptation, it's like elevation. How can you add new things to the character or the scene or whatever and make it feel meaningful and make it feel, like, special with the things that are unique to cinema? And I think they fucking nailed that with this movie. Not in a way that I'm saying I think it's superior to the manga, just in a way that I'm saying they took it and they made things with it that feel special in a way that only film could do. A huge example, Reze's voice actor. Reze has a phenomenal voice actor in this movie, and I think, like, I always liked Reze, but, like, hearing how she delivered the lines and how she played with them and how, like, gentle and kind of teasing a lot of her lines were to Denji, I feel like it only upped the appeal of that character, and it was absolutely phenomenal. They also added a few little scenes, like in the scene with Denji and Reze in the swimming pool. It keeps cutting to this large spider devouring an emperor moth or an emperor butterfly, and it's really cool and interesting because I read that emperor butterflies carry a large amount of venom in them so that they kill whatever is consumed. Now, I don't know how true that is. I haven't fact-checked it, and I'm not fucking fact-checking it for one of these videos, but it kind of gives this new context to the weird little visual metaphor they have going on. You're, like, watching Reze slowly pull Denji into this, like, scenario where he's realizing he has feelings for someone that isn't Makima. She is the spider devouring this butterfly that is Denji. But then Denji is also, I mean, like, depending on how you choose to interpret the scene, it sure seems like that Reze is kind of getting in over her head as well. She is actually kind of developing these weird feelings for Denji that she's having trouble, like, processing, and that's the venom going into her. It's beautiful. It's really, really beautiful. And I just had a fucking blast with this movie. It is a mercifully short runtime. I think it's like under 100 minutes, or, like, very close at least. And it just flew by every second of it. There's definitely, like, a very hard, like, story point and action point, but they both kill it. Like, in both instances, whether it's, like, you're just watching characters talk or you're watching them beat the living fuck out of each other, both are phenomenal. And it's interesting, right? Because there's this there's been, like, a controversy surrounding the Chainsaw Man anime that has always, like, completely bewildered me. Basically, and it's especially strong in Japan, people did not like season 1 of the Chainsaw Man anime, and I don't understand. I mean, I've heard the arguments and I see what people are saying. On an emotional level, I cannot understand it because I thought the adaptation was phenomenal. I thought it was beautiful and cinematic, and I thought it had this weird, like, realistic look that, like, I think really genuinely made it feel so distinct from everything else. And like that's kind of why I loved it. And one of the big criticisms I saw was that, like, it doesn't look colorful or like anime enough. And I think that's a shame because I don't think anime should be seen as like a homogenous style. I don't think everything should look like current isekais look. You know, I think it's good when something comes out and it's weird and it's strange. And like, I get it from a point of view that people did not like some of the 3D. And I will say there is the odd shot that does look fucking janky. Like specifically the shot, I can't remember her name, the Eyepatch woman, in her apartment when the camera pans up Denji as he's lying on the bed. I can see what they were going for. It looks fucking weird. But I also thought there was a lot of shots where it looked really good. Even some of the 3D stuff I think worked really, really well. And like the original season 1 was so despised that the director did not return for this movie. I don't know the specifics, but I just know that they're not on this movie. And I think I even heard that their name was taken off the credits, which would be really fucked up and shitty. But yeah, I felt bad for the director because it really seemed to, like, you know, people went after him in a huge way. And when I watched that season 1 of the anime, I really 100% believe that was someone who fucking loves Chainsaw Man and absolutely wanted to do something cool and unique and weird with it. But yeah, it sucks. But when I watched this film, I didn't think it was like a dramatic shift in tone or aesthetic from the season 1 anime. I thought it was maybe a little more colorful. I thought like there was definitely, like, you know, more like kind of fluid, actiony kind of Sakuga style animation. But I also just would see that as, like, especially the animation part, yeah, that's just kind of the treatments animated features tend to get. But yeah, it was phenomenal. I think like one of the best moments is the fight with Bomb Girl towards the end. I thought that entire sequence was so fucking great, and it made me so happy because I can remember like reading that scene as it came out and thinking, man, I can't wait to see this animated, and they fucking nailed it. It's just beautiful. I love the little standoff with violence. I love how Bomb Girl's powers work and how, like, she really is just like exploding herself across the sky. It was interesting though. I saw the film with a bunch of other people. So I have friends, goddammit, and none of them remembered the fact that Typhoon is in that fight. And I can kind of see that because I think in the manga especially, Typhoon, like, they're not even in like that many panels, and they don't affect the fight too drastically or anything. And he gets a little more in this movie. They insert, I think, a few little shots where they kind of they go a little more ham with it, but it's fucking amazing. Seeing Bomb Girl aura punch a shark beam I just laughed out loud because I forgot how much I love that moment in the manga. So yeah, it was phenomenal. You guys know my feelings on Chainsaw Man. I think it's fucking goated. I think it's the best like modern shonen, and it's not close. I loved it. And you know, for a manga that, again, I was initially worried was just too fucking weird to hit like the mainstream or to be popular, to see it currently grossing 140 million worldwide is awesome. And yeah, this was just a complete positive. I loved every second of it. And yeah, I just wanted to come here and talk about it. So that's everything. Goodbye.